What's in a name? That which we call rose, by any other name would smell as sweet. For the city of Wooster, located in Wayne County, Ohio, the town's name alludes to the largely forgotten hero of the Revolution. Few residents know his story, what he had done to become this town's namesake. David Wooster was born in Stratford, a province of Connecticut. In 1739, he joined the provincial militia as a lieutenant. This would only be the start of his military service. In 1745, he married Marie Clapp, and together they had 4 children. He was promoted to captain and saw action at the siege of Louisburg. He was known as an active and spirited officer, becoming distinguished through his military actions. He was selected to take charge of a cartel ship headed towards France and England. In England, he was received with honor and met with King George, becoming a favorite in his court. He joined the king's regular service with half pay for life. Returning home in 1748, he had some private time with his wife and children before the 7-Year War began. He served as colonel for a regiment in Connecticut, eventually commanding a brigade, leading them until peace was established in 1763. Between military service, Wooster was a merchant and held the office of His Majesty's Collector of Customs. With acquaintances all around the world, Wooster was a connected man of the time. When the Revolutionary War broke out, despite holding positions in the British military, Wooster quickly signed up in the colony's efforts to fight for independence. He was placed in charge of the Connecticut militia companies and was sent to defend New York City from British landings. Once the Continental Army was established, he became a brigadier general, and he participated in the invasion of Quebec. In November, when Montreal fell to Continental Army, he was given military command and, by the end of December, assumed command of all forces in Quebec. Not everyone is good at everything they try, though. And Wooster's management of Montreal led to deteriorating relations with the locals, as his attempts to squash the loyalist activity led to frustrating even sympathetic locals. Though charged with incompetence over his handling of Montreal, the court cleared him. He returned to Connecticut, where he took command of the entire state's militia responsible for the Connecticut's defense. With this charge to him, when British General William Troyer raided a Continental Army supply at Danbury, Connecticut in April 1777, armed with 2,000 soldiers, setting fire to the town, destroying supplies, and attacking the garrison, it fell on Wooster's shoulders to save the town. He alerted Major General Benedict Arnold, and together they formed a 2-pronged attack on Troyer's troops. Though the majority of troops followed General Arnold, the 67-year-old brigadier general took his 200 men and chased down Troyer. Locals who had heard about the chase slowed the British army, burning bridges in their escape path to slow them down. While the British were distracted with breakfast, Wooster attacked, killing 2 and taking 40 prisoners. For the second engagement, Troyer was more prepared, having armed his rear guard with 3 artillery pieces. Wooster was mortally wounded and died 5 days later. Without him, his troops dissolved into confusion, and Troyer was able to escape. However, the time Wooster distracted the British bought General Arnold enough time to set up a defensive position in Troyer's path. Memorials were set up for the man. A monument marking his grave reads, "Of his country Wooster said, 'My life has ever been devoted to her services, from my youth up, though never been in a cause like this, a cause for which I would most cheerfully risk and lay down my life.'" Multiple towns, neighborhoods, and streets bear his name, including this Wooster, Ohio, home of the appropriately named Wooster High School Generals. He is remembered for his patriotism, his service, and the sum of the man is said in his own final words, "I am dying, but with strong hope and persuasion that my country will gain her independence."